Good evening, John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It is the WTIM pregame show. Bruce has your injury report tonight for the Tornadoes. Bruce, a key cog coming back for the Tornadoes, going to be coming off the bench tonight, a two-year starter, a two-year start at the varsity level.
Yeah, Brandon Odom's going to make his opening game tonight. He missed the first 4 games in the Stovetop Classic due to a football injury. So we hope we get 10 to 15 minutes out of Brandon. He's a very good ball handler, and we'll probably have to use him to break their press. So
he averaged 4.2 assists per game last season, 3.5 rebounds, and just over 3 points per contest. And with talking with Coach Brown pregame, I asked him if Odom was going to be back. He said yes. And the first thing he said was, what you see on the football field from Brandon, you get that vision on the basketball court as well. How key is that?
That's correct. He loves to hit the open man as he did in football. So look for him to dish the ball out to the shooters, and hopefully we can hit shots and keep in the ball game and come away with a victory.
Thank you for your injury report tonight, Bruce. As far as we know, all other Tornadoes healthy. Yemi Odubison was also dealing with a shoulder injury. He's seen some action. He's been the spark off the bench here recently, and all Tornadoes look healthy and ready to go tonight. We'll see what the call is. And Brandon comes over and daps us up. All right, I can get used to that. All right. Bruce, your injury report, again, thanks for that. You've also got the keys to the contest for both teams. For Lincoln, how do they get a third straight win dating back to last year against the Tornadoes?
Their 1-2-2 press has to execute and turn the ball over against Taylorville, because if we can get the ball out and shoot threes, there's nobody in the state can beat us if we're hitting our threes.
And as for the Tornadoes, you mentioned the three-point shooting, but not a lot of post presence. I know that's kind of been an issue for the Tornadoes. You don't really have that takeover guy down low as we're expecting the Rail Splitters to have tonight in Jermaine Hamlin.
The key to the game tonight for Taylorville is for Will Kettlecamp to keep Hamlin off the boards and not get any putbacks, and also to handle their pressure and get us open shots. So if we can, we're an excellent three-point shooting team. If we can get open shots, we ought to be able to stay in the ball game and hopefully come away with a victory.
2 minutes to tip off. I'm John Bowen. Bruce Berry joins me on the News Talk WTIM pregame show. Bruce, we're going to keep going here for a little bit. Let's talk about, rather, for the Tornadoes, we mentioned Ryan S. kind of struggled shooting his last time out, but also we haven't really seen a bench player really step up off the bench and significantly contribute. We saw Odubison come in and play some minutes and play hard, and when he had to replace Kettlecamp. But who's that guy off the bench that you think the Tornadoes can really count on?
Well, hopefully tonight it will be Brandon Odom or also Justin Wright. He was a starter last year also. But their football season went a little long this year, going to the 3rd round of the playoffs, and they're just now getting into basketball shape. So I look for either one of them to step up and give us some good minutes and some points.
I'll tell you what I like about Justin Wright specifically. He plays defense. He gets down in the stance, and he is ready to go. He's not going to be the vocal guy. You're not going to see him smacking the floor, retreating on defense, but he is in his spot, and he's ready to go. And for a guard that stands 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, he's not afraid to get down there and go up for a rebound.
No, and we'll need that hustle tonight from Justin Wright.
Let's talk about Jace Bergschneider before we hit the break. He's got 5 rebounds a game, and he is the point guard. He is the best ball handler for the Tornadoes. What does that kind of say about this team, the fact that your point guard is leading your team in boards?
Well, Jace is our best all-around player. He averages 17 points a game, and by far, he's our best all-around player. So if he's going, he's going to be a handful for Lincoln to try to defend.
Anthem on the way. I think they're going to go starting lineups first, if I'm not mistaken. We've got them for you, though, too. Nope, it looks like they're going Anthem. We'll have the starting lineups when we get back on News Talk WTIM.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Taylorville High School for tonight's Huddle Conference opener between the Lincoln Raiders and your Taylorville Tornadoes. At this time, continue rise. Gentlemen, move your cap for the playing of our national anthem, which will be performed tonight by your award-winning THS Jazz Band.
With you on News Talk WTIM. Just ended the anthem. Now let's take a look at those starting lineups. You know how it goes, Bruce. You're always going to leave the people wanting more.
That's right.
So first for the visiting Lincoln Rail Splitters, they're led by Coach Neil Alexander in his 28th season with the club. 651 and 219 in those seasons, and he has only had one losing season at Lincoln. It was 2007-2008 when they went 13 and 17, and they were 16 and 16, a 500 ball club in 2011-2012. Last year, though, 25 and 6, again just the one loss in conference play, and they were 7 points away from a perfect conference record at 12 and 0. Let's see, they go with a 2 forward. Well, it kind of varies. They do have 2 guards we know of, Dylan Singleton and Caden Froby. And then they've got guard slash forward for Cameron Whiteman and Will Ewald. And the big man down low to keep an eye on, Jermaine Hamlin. He's a 6'10" senior, around 220 pounds, and he just looks like an athlete. Don't expect too much in the paint tonight for the Tornadoes. And now the Tornadoes starting lineup is being announced. And folks, I got to tell you, I love this pregame intro for the Tornadoes. The Golf is going to be rocking tonight for this matchup. For the Tornadoes, they're led by head coach Ryan Brown at Taylorville in his 4th season. He is 54 and 41. He was at Mount Zion for 3 years before this, going 53 and 37. They're 4-0 on the year, 4-0 at home, and they've won 4 in a row. 20 and 9 last year. They were 7 and 5 in the conference. They finished 3rd. 8 and 4 at home. They lost to MacArthur in the playoffs, 59-70. Your starters for the Tornadoes is 4 guards and a forward. It's the Livingston twins, Nick and Jack. Keep an eye on Jack. He was a hot shooter last time out. Ryan S. will get another start at guard. He wears number 22. Brown calls him a rangy 3-point shooter. Folks, we can't tell you this enough. He lost 65 pounds in this offseason to come back and basketball shape. Jace Bergschneider is the 4th guard for the Tornadoes. He is the true point. He is the best ball handler. Expect him to be the man that really tries to beat the press. And your lone forward for the Tornadoes, it's William Kettlecamp. Will Kettlecamp, that is. He's 6'4", 185, plays safety in football, doesn't shy away from contact. Averages 4.5 rebounds and 8 points per game. So for your Tornadoes, again, it's Nick Livingston, Jack Livingston, Ryan S., Jace Bergschneider, and Will Kettlecamp. As for the Rail Splitters, they're going to counter with Froby, Whiteman, Ewald, Hamlin, and Singleton. We are ready to go. No shocker here, folks. Jermaine Hamlin is taking the jump for the Rail Splitters.
He's 6'10", senior, averaging 13 points a game. And Caden Froby is their leading scorer, averaging 17 points a game.
The tip is won by Hamlin, and here is Singleton bringing it up. Looking for a cutting Rail Splitter, finds them, and it's up for 2. 2-0 already. Just the same way the Triad game started, so no point in panicking. I believe that 2 is going to go to Cameron Whiteman. He's got the first 2 of the night. Ryan S. with it. Back in the corner to Jack Livingston. Throws it up. No good. Bergschneider goes in for the rebound, and they're going to say that's off Jace. Jace thought it went off the hands of Hamlin. So Jack misses on his first 3-point attempt.
Looks like we're going to box and 1 Singleton.
Jack averaging 12 points a game. Singleton brings it up. Or I'm sorry, that was Whiteman. He gets it over to Singleton now. And that's across court to Ewald. In the corner now to Singleton, and here's Froby with it now. Back to Singleton. He's coming down the lane. Passes it to the right wing to Ewald. To Froby, back to Ewald. 3 on the way, not a good rotation. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. That shot was missed by Whiteman. Bergschneider looking to start some offense. Shovels it off to Jack Livingston. Ryan S. with it now. To Jack on the left wing. Finds Will Kettlecamp down low. Rejected out of bounds, and that could have done some damage.
That was a block by the big man, Jermaine Hamlin. We got to get the ball inside, and Kettlecamp just got that swatted away.
We're going to have to keep track of his blocks. That's his first block of the night. Jack Livingston for 3 on the way. Can't get it to go. Follows his shot. Can't get the rebound. Hamlin has it. Kettlecamp catches an elbow from Hamlin, but no call. Singleton bringing it up. He gets it over to Ewald now. Down low to Hamlin. Easy touch, and he slams it home for 2. Quickly 4-0, and Ryan Brown's going to take a timeout. Bruce Barry, you like to call the timeout this early?
Well, it had to. We can't let them get away from us. And you know, in the JV game tonight, we got down 21-3 in the first quarter, and I think Coach Brown didn't want that to happen in the varsity game. So probably a good timeout. Hamlin got the big block down at our offensive end, and then gets the dunk at their offensive end. So we got to keep him from going off on us tonight.
We were talking pregame about not much of a post offense for the Tornadoes. I don't think we're going to see too much of it tonight.
No, I don't need it, but we need to get the ball inside and then dish it back out for our three-point shooters. Jack's 0 for 2 from 3, and we need to get Jace Bergsteiner involved in the offense.
Jack's a 34% three-point shooter. He's 0 of 2 tonight. Ryan S. with the ball. He's 32% from 3, but he took a big hit in his percentage, going 0 for about 6 or 7 his last time out. Bergsteiner dribbling left, shovels it off to Jack Livingston. Will Kettlecamp comes out to get it back to Jack. Nick thought about the 3. Cross-court pass on the left wing to Jack. Down to Will. 3 on the way from Jace Bergsteiner. Looks good. No good. Hamlin with another rebound. And he shovels it off to Singleton, who's bringing it up 4-0 with 6 minutes left to go in this first quarter. Bergsteiner playing defense on Singleton. Froby with it now, driving left. Southpaw with the shot fake, was up in the air, dumps it off to Singleton. Over to Ewald now. I'm sorry, that's Whiteman. Now to Ewald on the left wing. Froby at the top, back to Ewald. Hamlin wants it in the post. Kettlecamp trying to make it so the pass is unable to get down there. Whiteman with it, throws one up. No good. Rebounded by Nick Livingston. He shovels it off to Jack. To Ryan S. now. Bergsteiner with it. He's driving down low. Kicks it out to Nick Livingston. To Ryan S. Shot fake. He's going left now, driving, and stolen by the rail splitters. That's Ewald. Bruce, you mentioned that pregame, Tornado's got to limit the turnovers. Hamlin goes up there. Should have been a foul called there. How do you call the foul that late from way out here when the man under the bucket didn't even see it?
He didn't call the foul, but the foul's on Ryan S., his first and the team first.
Dave Logan making that foul call. Again, he was out on the right wing. Hamlin was down in the post trying to slam it home. And Scott Hood, the official down there, didn't make the call. Hamlin, the lefty, free throw on the way, and good. That's a good-looking stroke for a big man. 3 points already early on for Jermaine Hamlin, and a pair of rebounds. Misses the second.
Free throw.
Ryan S. gets the board.
And then Lincoln's in their 1-2-2 zone press, ball press, and we've broken it so far.
Nick with a quick 3, can't get it to go. Rebounded by the rail splitters. Tornadoes need an answer. They're down by 5.
0 out of 4 from three-point range so far.
Someone's got to start it. Froby dribbling left, shovels it off to Ewald. He's now coming right, and a little weave with him and Singleton. Now Froby with it. Ewald for 3 on the wing. It's good. My goodness. 8-0 run to start this game. Ryan S. thought about a deep 3. Ryan S. is going to have to take some contested shots tonight. Ball stolen, and then the foul is called. And Bergsteiner will go to the free throw line where he shoots 89%. Dave Logan makes that call again.
Foul was on the sophomore, Dylan Singleton, his first, the team first. He's on the floor. No, the shooting foul.
I was going to say, Dave Logan called it on the shot. Dave Logan's the one that made the original call on the foul, and now Jace is heading to the free throw line. Okay.
He's an 88% free throw shooter this year, so this should be Taylorville's first 2 points of the game.
Bruce does not believe in the broadcaster's jinx. Dylan Singleton picks up that foul, and he makes it. Bruce, we had this issue earlier where I said that one time, and I think it was Jace's only missed free throw of the year.
Well, every time I've said anything, he's made it. He's 9 out of 10 on the year, John, so he misses that one.
You know what? I did say something there again. I'll take responsibility for that. Bergsteiner goes 1 out of 2 from the line. Tornadoes are on the board, but they're down by 7 with 4:20 left to go in this opening quarter. Finally getting it across court. It's in the hands of Singleton. And a foul called. We'll see who they put this on. I think they might be putting it on Will Kettlecamp.
Brandon Odom, who came in the game, got his first foul.
Well, welcome back, Brandon Odom. That's one way to put your stuff on the stat sheet. Quick back pass to Froby. That does not look good. It's long. It's rebounded by Jack Livingston. Let's see who's sat down. Ryan S. takes a seat. Bergschneider driving down the lane, goes up for 2. Looked like plenty of contact there, and Bergschneider wanted to call, no luck. I guess the officials thought the rail splitter stayed vertical. Frobe with it, gets it over now to Whiteman, and now it's in the hands of Singleton. He picks up his dribble over to Ewald, 3 on the way, and it rattles home. He's 2 of 2 from deep, he's got 6.
Second 3.
Nick Livingston 3 on the way, no good, leaves it short, rebounded by Singleton. Tornadoes cannot find the touch from range, and that's going to really hurt. Frobe in the corner, gets it to Singleton on the right wing. He's dribbling to the top of the key now. Tornadoes in a little bit of a zone. They've got Nick Livingston in the middle up top, Jack Livingston on his left, or on his right rather, and then Bergschneider on his left. Brandon Odom and Will Kettlecamp, the 2 down low. Singleton with it, up to Frobe, over to Ewald now. And that goes off of Brown's shoulder, tipped out of bounds by Jack Livingston. 3:07 left to go in this first quarter, 1-11, or rather 11-1. Rail Splitters have the lead tonight.
They're 4 out of 6 from the field, while we're 1 out of 7, John. So.
And our 1 bucket was a free throw, if that's what you're counting, Bruce.
Right. Oh yeah, 0 out of 7.
Ewald with it now. Pretty stagnant offense, just kind of killing some time.
Right. They're very deliberate. They want to keep the game in the 40s, and so far they're doing a good job.
Cross-court pass to the corner. Frobe coming down the lane and throws it up too strong. Should have been an over-the-back call. No call. Then Nick Livingston was fouled, and Bergschneider goes up strong for 2. 3-11. Jace Bergschneider has all 3 for the Tornadoes. 2:20 with the Tornadoes down by 8. Bergschneider and Nick Livingston trapping. Kettlecamp comes out to show. Ewald will slow it down and set things up. Shovels it off to Singleton, who's at the top. Ewald now on the left wing. Up to Singleton, up to Frobe now. He's up top, guarded by Nick Livingston. Looks like a little bit more man-to-man. Now they're going to sink back into a zone a little bit more. It's kind of a soft zone, soft man-to-man, a little bit of a mesh of the 2. Hamlin in the far corner. That's probably out of his range. Coach Brown did say Hamlin can sink 15-footers. We'll see how much they try to even mess around with his mid-range game. Singleton with it now. Frobe back to Singleton. Ewald. Whiteman. Bad pass to Ewald. Almost stolen. Frobe open in the corner. He's driving baseline. Second time he's tried that. Foul should have been called. It was, and it goes. That's going to send Frobe to the free throw line. He's got 2 now. 3-13 our score with 1:30 left to go in this opening quarter. Frobe had 22 points against Springfield High. Free throw's good, nothing but net. High shot, gets it to go. 3-14. Not the start the Tornadoes envisioned. But once the 3 start falling, that's the way to get back in the game. Nick Livingston skips one over to Brandon Odom. He digs it off his shin. Bergschneider to Odom. Odom might have got with a walk. Down low, Will Kettlecamp going to have to kick that out. Nick Livingston open for 3 shot fakes, comes down the lane. Throws it up for 2. Too strong, no good. And Will Kettlecamp, Jack Livingston gets the rebound. Nick's going up strong, connects for 2. Wow. 5-14 the score. With 1 minute left. Singleton with it now. Bergschneider tried to go for a steal. Will Kettlecamp's going to bump his man out of bounds. That's Frobe.
That's his first, the team 4th.
Not a very smart foul, though, by Will Kettlecamp.
Not 30 feet away from the basket. Justin Wright checks in for Jack Livingston.
So Wright has checked in the game, as Bruce mentioned. No subs yet tonight for the Rail Splitters.
Looks like we're going to go man-to-man.
Off Hamlin's fingertips. He has to grab it in the corner, and he does. He's trying to bump into Will Kettlecamp, and he does. Crowd wanted an offensive foul. No luck. 3 on the way. No good. Rebounded by Kettlecamp. That shot was missed by Whiteman. Here comes Bergschneider driving down the lane. Kicks it out. Almost stolen by Frobe. He read that pass perfectly. But he throws it out of bounds. And here comes Jack Livingston and Ryan S. Justin Wright will sit back down. And Brandon Odom will head back to the bench as well. Brandon started as a sophomore and junior, making his way back from a football injury, as Bruce mentioned in the pregame show.
And Noah Funk checked in for Lincoln. their first sub of the night.
Noah Funk also played football for the Rail Splitters, a game the Tornadoes won handily. 20 seconds left to go. Nick Livingston, quick trigger three, rims out. Bergschneider tries to save it, cannot. And it's going to be Rail Splitters ball. Here comes Justin Wright. Jack Livingston will sit down. Yimio Dubison checking in as well. Will Kettlecamp will grab some pine.
Looks like offense-defense switch there in the last 16 seconds of the quarter.
Funk with it. Now he gets it over to Whiteman. Back to Funk. Trying to beat the press. And they do, getting it to Ewald. Hamlin catches it down low, but not on the post. A little bit too far out. And Bergschneider pokes that one out of bounds. 4.3 on the clock. And we saw them take the ball out of bounds from this exact location. They tried to throw a lob to Hamlin. And they're trying it again. Hamlin makes the catch and puts it up for 2 and 1. And Ryan Brown was screaming from the sideline. He saw that coming. That's 5 points for Hamlin.
That foul was on Yimio Dubison, his first, the team fifth.
Yimmy, who has just checked in. So the fouls for the Tornadoes, they're adding up, but everybody has one at the moment. Nick Livingston, Will Kettlecamp, Ryan S., Yimio Dubison, and Brandon Odom. Free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Ryan S. You got 2 seconds, throw something up. Bergschneider, it's good if it goes.
Yeah, and it is the three.
And Jace Bergschneider screams, let's go. Let's go. Trying to get some momentum for the Tornadoes. 8-16. We've got the second quarter when we get back. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. 8-16, a big shot there by Jace Bergschneider from half court on the far side. He rattled that one home. But Bruce, he's got 6 of the 8 points for the Tornadoes. He needs some help.
Correct. We were 3 out of 11 from the field in the first quarter, 1 out of 6 from 3. And Jace had 6 of our 8 points. We got no production out of Ryan S., Jack Livingston, or Will Kettlecamp. We got 2 by Nick Livingston. They got 16 points in the first quarter, led by their senior Hamlin had 5, and number 23 hit 2 3-pointers, Will Ewald. So Taylorville ball starts the second quarter.
On the floor for your Tornadoes, it's Nick Livingston, Ryan S., Jace Bergschneider, Yimio Dubison, and Justin Wright as well, who just caught that pass in the left corner. Nick Livingston with it now, over to Bergschneider, to Ryan S. They're going to have to free him up for some shots. They're going to have to screen for him or something. He can't just be a situation or a stationary player tonight.
Nick Livingston for 3.
And Bruce, you like that pump fake he gives? I think he might be feeling it now. I mean, it's just the one, but you got to start that streak of 3s somewhere to turn that shooting around.
And Yimmy set a back screen on Hamlin, didn't let him get out and block the shot. So
Whiteman with it, gets it over to Funk, now to Ewald. Back to Funk, to Froby now, to Southpaw. Over to Ewald, now in the corner to Whiteman. Makes his way back to Froby, down low, too easy of a pass. And Hamlin puts it up for an easy 2. He now has 7. So from 11 to 16 to 11 to 18. Bergschneider almost has it stolen. He's driving down the lane for 2. And that was tenaciously blocked by Hamlin. That is a man on a mission. Shot by Bergschneider was the one that got blocked. Froby driving baseline. You got to quit letting him do that. Froby's got 5 now. 11 to 20. Oh, Dubison's there a foul call?
Yeah.
Froby's upset. You might have that in the crowd mic saying he had the ball.
On Hamlin, his first.
Yimio Dubison standing up looking surprised for some reason. I think he might be surprised that the Rail Splitters are so upset by the call. And that's a big foul on Hamlin. Bruce, how important is it to get him in some foul trouble? It's going to be easier.
That would make it an even height game at least. Brandon Odom checks in for Ryan S.
He gets the deep pass from Bergschneider, who is down low. That's swatted out of bounds. We stay with the Tornadoes. Froby's been a menace on defense, at least in the passing lanes. So they got Froby manning the passing lanes up top, and they've got Hamlin down low, rejecting everything in the paint. Odom takes that out of bounds, gets it into Bergschneider. He's dribbling right towards the right wing. Now to Odom up top. Back to Bergschneider on the right wing. Thought about the shot. Over to Odom now. He's looking to pass. Nick Livingston, 3 on the way. No good. Leaves it short. And chip not. Rebounded eventually by Froby. Here comes an alley-oop. No, not quite. And a putback by Hamlin. It was there if they wanted it. 11-22 is the score. With a foul called again. Jack Livingston sets a check in, as is Will Kettlecamp. Tornadoes look a little gassed early on.
For Justin Wright and Yemi. So we got 4 starters and Brandon Odom in for Taylorville right now, and Lincoln's got 4 starters along with Funk.
Again, Hamlin is the lone senior on the floor for Odom. Has that one go off his hands for a turnover. Finish that thought. Hamlin is the lone senior out there for the Rail Splitters. The Rail Splitters in there visiting green. 3 on the way by Froby. No good. Rebounded by Jack Livingston. Tornadoes in their home whites. Bergschneider trying to create something on his own. Cannot. Finds Brandon Odom. He's coming down the lane. Kicks it out to Nick Livingston, who got it from the middleman there. And Will Kettlecamp and Froby again in the passing lane. Jack Livingston pats his chest as if to say, my bad, my bad. Rail Splitters doubling up the Tornadoes, 11-22. 5:30 left to go in this first half. Where's the answer for the Tornadoes? Bergschneider picks that one up off his shins. And Odom throws that one out of bounds. Kettlecamp was open. Again, Brandon just got done completing passes to Jack Kettlecamp, the tight end, all football season. He's got to get acclimated with Will now for basketball. Funk with it. Kicks it in the corner to Froby. Takes a dribble to his left. Funk in the corner. Shot on the way. No good. Rebounded by Jack Livingston. Good job screening out by Will Kettlecamp. Bergschneider with it. He's driving baseline. Driving. Kicks it out. Odom gets it. Over to Jack. Over to Nick. Quick trigger from Nick Livingston. Rattles out again. Bergschneider can't get the putback to go. I think that's going to be a Rail Splitter ball. It is. Off Will Kettlecamp. Just an off-shooting night, at least here early on for the Tornadoes. And they looked like they were hitting them in pregame like they normally do. Just sometimes it doesn't translate. This might be one of those nights. Froby with the ball. He wears 5 on his back. 5 minutes left to go in the second quarter. Rail Splitters with an 11-point lead. Singleton at the scores table ready to check in. Noah Funk with the ball just across half court in the middle of the court. Ewald with it on the left wing. Back to Funk up top. Finds Hamlin down low. He's going to have to pass it out of there. He does find Funk. Froby on the right wing. He finds his man Whiteman. Connects for 2.
That's his first 3 of the night.
11-25. Some unfamiliar territory for the Tornadoes this year. Will Kettlecamp down low. Kicks it out to Nick Livingston. Brandon Odom with it now on the far wing. Nick Livingston cuts. Floater up. And good. 7 for Nick Livingston tonight. 13-25.
2 people score. Hamlin gets the ball underneath.
And they call a foul on Will Kettlecamp. Will did not like the call. It looked like Hamlin was falling out of bounds and bailed out by Terry Wolpert.
That's his second, the team's 7th, I believe. Or just the team's 6th.
I think it's their 6th. No one's going to the free throw line.
That's right.
Funk checks out. Singleton checks back in.
S checks in for Brandon Odom for Taylorville.
S is going to have to get some shooting going. He's the rangy three-point shooter in the eyes of Ryan Brown. See if they get him moving around a little more. Froby with it now, guarded by Nick Livingston. Over to Ewald now, picked up by Ryan S. Bergschneider fights through the screen as the ball is handed off to Singleton. Ryan S. didn't have his hand in the passing lane as it was connected to Ewald. Singleton behind the back dribble. Ewald on the right wing. Over now to Froby. It makes its way on the left wing. He kicks it out to Whiteman. 3 on the way. He disconnected. No good. Rebounded by Ryan S. And he just throws that one towards out of bounds. Nick Livingston saves it. And Ryan S. settles everyone down. Bergschneider with it. He's driving down low. Trying to kick. Cannot. Has his pocket picked. It's on the floor. And the Rail Splitters have it. A lot of contact there for no call. Nobody picks up Singleton. He's coming down the lane for a floater. Up and good. Will Kettlecamp couldn't contest it because he's got 2 fouls. And they gave that bucket to Singleton. That's his first 2 of the night. Timeout. Tornadoes will take one as well here on News Talk WTIM. told us we weren't back on air, but we were.
Side now where the 6'10" guys went to the bench.
Postgame's 6'3", still a decent amount of size there, but nothing compared to the 6'10". See how long Hamlin has of a breather. Jack Livingston with it on the left wing, goes down low to Nick. Nick with the shot up off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Singleton. They're just not falling tonight, folks, at least in the first half. Bergschneider takes a bump from Singleton. Whiteman gets it over to Ewald. Now to Froby, tries to find a cutting Singleton, and they throw it out of bounds. Tornadoes will take over. 13-27 our score.
We got to make sure we don't overplay them because they'll backdoor us to death, John. It's 27-13 with 2:30 left in the second quarter.
Ryan S. bringing it up, gets it over to Bergschneider, who's now across half court. Nick Livingston in the far wing, and that's going to be stolen. No,
away.
Saved. Who has it? Bergschneider saves it. Ryan S. with it. That's a deep three. He can hit those. He needs to, and he does.
Ryan S. from 30 feet.
Tell you what, that's what they need. They need Ryan S. to connect. 16-27. We got an 11-point ball game with 2 minutes left to go. Whiteman gets the handoff from Singleton. Tries to dump it off to Froby. A little bit of miscommunication there, but Froby regains it. Gets it over to Ewald. Now over to Singleton. In the corner to Postgame. Froby trying to drive baseline, and that's swatted out of bounds. I'm going to say it stays with the rail splitters. So your starting 5 on the floor for the Tornadoes. Singleton back cuts, but Bergschneider there to cut him off, so he can't get the shot up. Froby with it now. Froby's a junior, 6'2". Postgame with it now. Whiteman to Ewald, to Singleton to Froby. He's driving left on the baseline, finds a cutting Postgame, and it's up and good for 2. Might have been a foul called there, but the refs let him play. 16-29. Bergschneider loses it. Slaps the floor in frustration. And Froby goes up for 2. He's got 7. This is a good Lincoln squad. Ryan S. thought about a deep 3. He's going to have to really test his limits. Singleton is picking him up at the volleyball line. If Ryan S. wants to shoot, he's got to have a quick trigger tonight. Jack Livingston with it. Gets it back to S. Cross-court pass to Nick Livingston. He's had a pretty quick trigger, but no shot there. Jack on the way. Can't get it to go. Rebounded by Postgame. He dumps off to Whiteman, who gets it over to Singleton. And I'll tell you what, Coach Alexander, they are just going to, I think they're going to hold this for the last 45 seconds to try to get the last shot.
They're very deliberate on offense, and they're excellent shooters, so it's hard. They're hard to defend.
It looks like they will. 35 seconds on the play clock. Bruce, I want to ask you, do you like this? Does there need to be a shot clock in high school basketball? Your opinion? Just in your opinion.
I don't have an opinion on it yet. I like to watch Lincoln just develop their offense, and I don't think we really need a shot clock.
All righty. Just curious. 15 seconds now. Bergschneider picking up his man. Almost an over and back. Singleton on the way for 2. No good. Rebounded, wouldn't you believe it, by Postgame. Turned over. Nick Livingston has it with 5 seconds. I don't think he knows how much time's on the clock. Gets to Will Kettle Camp. S has to get off in a hurry. He does. Get it. He goes. Another buzzer beater for the Tornadoes.
That was further than his first 3.
18-31. I'll tell you what, if the Tornadoes can just play the last 2 seconds of every quarter on repeat, they will. A buzzer beater to end the first quarter by Bergschneider. A buzzer beater to end the half by Ryan S. Puts it at our score of 19-31. We've got the News Talk WTIM halftime show coming up next. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. It is the halftime show. Let's take a look at our scoring recap. It is 31-19 at the end of the half. And now looking at things for how we got here. An 8-0 run by the Rail Splitters to get things started. That made it pretty difficult, a big hole to try to dig themselves out of if you are the Tornadoes. They did their best, ending it at 19-13. It was a free throw from Jace Bergschneider. That was the first point for the Tornadoes. That made it 1-8. Then a three by the Rail Splitters by Ewald made it 11-1. A layup by Jace Bergschneider made it 3-11. Back and forth. It was 5-14 with 1 minute left to go in the game. I guess if you're looking for any bright spots, I guess they outscored the Rail Splitters. The Tornadoes did 3-2 in the final minute, but that was thanks really to that half-court shot by Jace Bergschneider on the run on the I want to say the right hash, but it's not football. But you know where the volleyball line connects with half court. That is where it was from. It was a good shot, and it was good to go all the way. I made it 8-16 at the half, with the Rail Splitters doubling up the Tornadoes. And let's see, the Tornadoes showed some life. They got it down to 5 after an opening 3-ball from Nick Livingston to start the second quarter of action. Then a little bit of a run. It was going to be a 9-0 run by the Rail Splitters for about the next 4 minutes. Tornadoes would answer with a layup of their own from Nick Livingston, or rather a floater that was, making it 13-25. And again, back and forth a little bit there down the home stretch. 19-31 is our halftime score. And again, 2 buzzer beaters. One in the first quarter we mentioned by Jace Bergschneider, and Ryan S. shot one. Bruce, you said his first 3 he connected on tonight was 30 feet. That one was probably good from 35.
Right, correct. He's 2 out of 2 from 3, so we're going to have to get him more shots. He seemed to be on tonight. We were 7 out of 21 from the field and 4 of 13 from 3, so we're going to have to shoot the ball better. We handled the press pretty well. We had quite a few unforced turnovers on our offensive end, and Hamlin's a force on their defensive end, our offensive end.
I'm actually kind of surprised they've tried to go in the post as much as they have. Their first shot of the night, Will Kettlecamp tried to get a layup for 2, and the cheerleaders were lucky they ducked, because if they hadn't, there might have been a basketball-sized hole in one of them.
That's correct, and we've got no points out of Will Kettlecamp or Jack Livingston, and no points out of our bench either. So that's the story of the first half. We've had 3 players score, where they've had 6 players score, led by their 6'10" senior, all-state candidate, Jermaine Hamlin.
6'10", 220 pounds, and folks, he looks every bit of it, and it's not a slim 220. He's got some muscle mass to him.
Correct. Him and I weigh about the same, I think, John. But he's a little bit taller than I am.
See, I've got him beat in weight. Isn't that the sad thing? I've got him beat in weight. But I guarantee I'm not as athletic.
I probably do too, by a pound or 2.
No.
But
Bruce, you're every bit of 185.
That's correct. Every bit of it.
John Bowen and Bruce Berry here with you on the News Talk WTIM halftime show. We're going to go some more first half analysis when we get back on News Talk WTIM.
And get a victory here. I'd like to, the jazz band played tonight, John. They did a wonderful job. I'd like to see the band at all our home games, but they don't come to all of them, but they are here tonight. So let's give a shout out to the award-winning Taylorville High School Jazz Band.
Whiteman takes out of bounds, gets it into Singleton. He's picked up by Bergschneider. Frobe trying to go baseline, blocked by Nick Livingston. And a foul on Jace Bergschneider. He got caught with his hand in the cookie jar. Jace Bergschneider, that will be his first foul. Should not be a shooting foul. Should go out of bounds, and it will. Frobe will take it out. And now Frobe in the corner, down low to Hamlin. That's not where you want him to catch it, but misses, and Ryan S. gets the rebound. He looked for the home run pass, but Whiteman was back there on defense. Nick Livingston thought about the quick trigger. No shot. Jack Livingston with it now. Over to Ryan S. on the right wing. A little bit of a zone. Ryan has thought about the shot, gets it down low, and Jack Livingston for three. He connects. He's on the board with his first three.
His first three tonight. He's got 3 points, and we're down 9, 31-22.
We said, Bruce, it has to start somewhere. We'll see if that gets a run going for the Tornadoes. They're trying to find Hamlin down low. Singleton does not have an entry pass. Will Kettlecamp denying. Frobe gets it over to Ewald. Singleton back cuts. Bergschneider stays with him. Frobe coming down the lane. Ewald for three on the way, and it's good. He's got 9. He's 3 of 3 from deep. I don't think he's missed tonight.
I don't have him as missing.
22-34. And Will Kettlecamp has his pass stolen. Not enough mustard on it to get it to Ryan S. Frobe going up strong. There's no foul there. Jace Bergschneider can't believe it, and Frobe's going to go for an and one. He's got 9. Tied for the lead with Ewald and Hamlin.
It's working.
36-22. Frobe at the free throw line. He's 1 of 1 on the night. Now 1 of 2. That's the time the broadcaster's jinx works in the Tornadoes' favor. Bergschneider gets it. Tornadoes down by 14. Had it down to 9 after that first three. Jack Livingston with it. Bergschneider for 3 on the way. Hits it, and might have been a foul opportunity to be called there, but no call. Bergschneider has 9, 25.
We got the ball inside to Nick, and he got it back out to Jace, and that's opening up our three-point shooting. So we got to continue to get the ball inside and then dish it back out to the outside for open three.
Ewald on the left wing gets it in the left corner to Frobe. He's upset that the pass got there late. Frobe, no doubt, wanting to drive. Bruce, do you think they want to try to make Frobe shoot the ball more?
I think I would, because when he drives, he dishes it off to Hamlin.
Whiteman corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Ryan S. Gets it over to Bergschneider. Tornadoes down by 11 with 6 minutes left to go in this third quarter. Ryan S. thought about a deep 3. Would have liked to see him pull that trigger. Nick Livingston shot up for 2 off the back iron, no good. Rebounded by Ewald. Hamlin threw it off the backboard. Hamlin is camping out in that left corner, so now he's making his way down low. Whiteman with it. Hamlin now catches on the left wing. I want to see the big man shoot a 3. Let's see what he's got. Singleton with it, gets it to Frobe. He's looking to drive, kicks it in the corner to Whiteman. 3 on the way. It looks good, and it is.
Good.
He's got 8.
if they drive to the basket, they dish it back out for a three, and Lincoln's a very good open shooters.
39-25. Ryan S. gets it to Jack Livingston. Down low to Nick. Realizing he had Hamlin on it, he kicks it out to Ryan S. Jace Bergsteiner thought about a deep three. Ryan S. catches it now. And stolen. Nick can't find Jack. Behind the back pass, Froby. He gets it up to Ewald, and he scoops it up for two. He's got 11. 41-25. Bruce, where did that come from?
They've been on a 10-3 run in the last minute and a half. And Nick's getting the ball inside with his back to the basket. I think he's going to have to take it to the basket once or twice. And if Hamlin rejects it, well, he just rejects it because they're playing the passing lanes now, and we're trying to dish the ball out back, and they're intercepting it. We're 2 out of 3 from the field, all we are. We've hit 2 threes in the second half, but we just haven't got enough shots.
Are you surprised at all that Nick Livingston is the one catching it with his back to the basket as opposed to Will Kettlecamp, who is 0 of 2 from 3 this year, and Nick Livingston shoots 42% from deep?
Right. I would either do that, or it seemed like against Triad when we put Jace in the middle there, he was able to pass a little bit more efficient than Nick is, and let Nick back on the wing. The problem with that, we need Jace to handle the ball out front as their pressure is getting to us a little bit. And so I don't know if Nick and Ryan S. could handle the ball well enough out front to get us in our offense. We'll see. Coach Brown's a very good coach. He'll make some different sets here and see what happens. Looks like they're going to put Will Kettlecamp maybe in the middle, like you mentioned.
Bergsteiner with it, gets it back to Ryan S. 41-25 rather. Jack Livingston for three. Under the net. That's big. He's got 6. He's 2 of 2 from deep in this third quarter. 4:30 left to go in the third. Tornadoes down by 13. Again, it feels like more than that, but it's a lot closer than it feels. Ewald with it, back to Singleton, back to Ewald on the left wing. Whiteman in the left corner. Froby now with it. Expect him to look to drive. He kicks it off to Singleton. Froby, and he is driving baseline. There he goes, and they call a foul again. And that's going to be on Nick Livingston, I believe. Froby for another and one. Bruce, I got to ask, why do they keep coming and closing out? Froby has yet to shoot a jumper tonight.
Correct, and he's scoring just driving down the lane. He got fouled there again, so that foul was on Nick Livingston, his second. Team third of the second half, and that free throw is good.
So 44-25. Now a 19-point lead. I'm sorry, 44-28. We got Jack connected on that three. Will Kettlecamp get some points down here.
Points in the game, so that's so good. We needed some inside scoring. It's 44-30 with 3:45 remaining in the third quarter.
Froby with it over to Hamlin. Now over to Singleton. He's looking to drive. Nick Livingston almost picks up a foul. Froby with it up top, guarded by Bergsteiner. Down low to Hamlin. That's not a foul. That's a lot of ball. Nick Livingston doesn't like the call, and neither do I. I don't blame him. That call made by Scott Hood. Hamlin will go to the line for 2. That's the third foul for Nick Livingston. He might have to sit down. That's his second foul of the quarter with 3:36 left to go. Hamlin can't come out.
It's our 4th foul of the quarter.
Can't connect on either of them. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp.
That might be the guy to foul in the 4th quarter if we'll get behind and have to foul.
As with it now, gets it across half court on the far side. Over to Nick Livingston. Ryan S. has got to shoot that 3 when he catches it. He's got to have a quicker trigger than that tonight. Jack Livingston for 3. On the way, no good. Too strong. Rebounded by Singleton. Bergsteiner had a hand in there. Couldn't pull it away. Singleton dribbles it off his own knee, but gets it back. Whiteman coming up to get it, and he does. Jack Livingston stays with it. Hamlin with it now on the left wing behind the arc. He's rolling now down low. Froby with it. He's driving down the lane. Floats up for 2. That's in. That's a good looking shot. That's just a good basketball play. Froby's got 14. 46-30. Tornadoes down by 16. Nick down low, puts it up for 2. Off and to the right, or rather too strong and to the right. Nick can't get it to drop. Singleton with it, shovels off to Whiteman. Noah Funk at the scores table ready to check in. Brandon Odom ready to check in for the Tornadoes. Wild shot by Whiteman. Trying to draw some contact, no luck. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. Ryan Eskins across half court. Corner, Jack Livingston, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded by Hamlin. And he just throws an elbow at Kettlecamp's face. And Kettlecamp is clapping again. Will Kettlecamp, the safety coming out, does not shy away from contact. And Hamlin can't believe the call, but that was just a blatant elbow, forearm to the face. Second time he's done it, first time he's been caught. Ryan S. will sit down as Brandon Odom checks in.
Kettlecamp's been hounding Hamlin on the defensive end and frustrating him, I think.
Bergsteiner for 3, need an answer, can't get it. Odom tried to come in for the rebound, but Ewald had already secured it. They get a 16-point deficit with 2 minutes left to go. The Tornadoes are facing. Going baseline, Ewald, he had a layup if he wanted it, just backed out of it. Froby in the far corner. Hamlin throws his head back like Will Kettlecamp threw an elbow at him. Froby, mid-range, shot up and good. All right, he can shoot now. 16 points for Froby. An 18-point lead for the Rail Splitters. Bergsteiner with it. He's driving down low. They call it a travel on him. Frustrations are starting to grow for the Tornadoes.
And it's 48-30.
Postgame checks in for Hamlin. Hamlin's got 2 fouls.
We're going to need our third 3 at the buzzer in the third quarter, John, to get back in this game.
And we'll see how long the Rail Splitters want to, in football terminology, take a knee and run out the clock. Froby with it, back to Whiteman in the corner, 3 on the way, no good. Rebounded though by Postgame. Funk with it now, he's guarded by Nick Livingston, and I think now's the time they're going to kill some clock. Jack Livingston goes for the steal, no luck there. Ewald with it, back to Funk. He's guarded by Nick Livingston. Just killing clock. Ewald back to Funk. Over to Froby. To Whiteman now. Back to Froby.
Looks like they might look for the last shot of the quarter. Froby takes it in, back
almost
out to
loses
Postgame.
it. Postgame has it, back to Ewald. To Funk now.
30 seconds left.
Froby fakes a drive, gets it to the corner to Ewald, who gives it right back to Froby after he retreats back to the left wing. Funk gets it to Froby. 15 seconds now. He's guarded by the Livingston twins. Brandon Odom has a steal, and he's going to lay it up for his first 2. He missed it. Bergsteiner with the board, though, and he misses as well, but finally tips it back up in. He's got 11. And I think the Tornadoes just got called for a foul. They did. I want to say that's on Jack. And that's about 90 feet from the bucket. 32-48, a 16-point lead. Froby grabs it, clock starts, 3 seconds now. Funk's got to throw one up. Looks good. It is, my goodness. This is the game of buzzer beaters, folks. Noah Funk is in the scorebook. He gets the 51st point for the Rail Splitters. He's got his first 3 of the 51-32. The Tornadoes have an answer. Next on News Talk, WTI. Good evening, John Bowen. Back here with you on News Talk WTIN. 8 minutes left to go in this contest. Tornadoes down, Bruce, by 19.
Right. We were 5 out of 12 from the field that we just didn't get up enough shots. We turned the ball over 7 times that quarter, and that's way too many when you're trying to get back in the game.
Odom gets it down low to Nick Livingston, to his brother Jack on the right wing. Back to Jack, an open three. Good find, Brandon Odom. Jack Livingston, he's got 9. 35-51. Now for the stops defensively. Tornadoes desperately need them. Postgame in the far corner, looking for Noah Funk, who's trying to cut. He does. Easy 2 and 1, and Funk flexes at the crowd for the Tornadoes.
Foul on Brandon Odom, his second.
And Funk is hyping up his bench now. That's interesting, man. And rattles home the free throw.
So it's 54-35.
And what's the call there? We'll call a foul?
Call a charging foul on Brandon Odom. Him and Funk ran into it, and Funk was standing still, and Odom ran into him for a charging foul away from the ball.
Funk's got a lot of spunk for 5'11".
And you said he played football, so maybe that goes back to the football.
I guess. Brandon Odom was the quarterback. I remember Funk was the corner that actually, he was chirping. He was chirping, and Justin Wright beat him deep on an 85-yard touchdown pass. And Odom gets called for a cheap foul. Come on. You're going to call those tic-tac fouls down the stretch? That's not necessary.
And that's his 4th foul.
Brandon's had a rough game coming back in terms of the fouls.
Ryan Ness replaces him. 1-1 for Ewalt.
Noah Funk grabs a seat.
Coach Alexander takes Funks out, and so Ryan Brown takes Brandon Odom out.
Free throw on the way, no good. Rebounded by Will Kettlecamp. In the full hard. How is that a foul on Ryan S? What is that call? Come on, Blue. What an awful, awful call.
Second foul on Ryan S. The team's dying.
Just because Dylan Singleton goes up for a ball and doesn't have the gracefulness to land on his feet, Ryan S. picks up a tic-tac foul. That is some bull if I have ever seen it. And Ryan Brown's going to take a timeout. We'll take one as well. This is News Talk WTIN. Singleton tries to make it 20, and he does. $35-55. No splitters on top. Singleton connects on the second.
That's their biggest lead of the night, 21 points, John.
56-35, and we'll see what the Tornadoes have for an answer, if anything. Bergschneider with it. Down low to Nick Livingston. Dumps it off to Will Kettlecamp. Scoops it up for 2. Past Hamlin. Will's got 4. 37.
We're pressuring them. Timeout Lincoln. Taylorville came out in the 1-2-2 zone press themselves and gave them a little struggle, and Coach Alexander called timeout.
Smart call, just taking a 30-second timeout there to talk things over with his group. And again, Hamlin, if you want to hang your hat on something, he hasn't scored in the second half. Has not scored in the second half, but you know who has. Caden Froby had a third quarter too. Remember, he scored 9. Whiteman has a couple as well. Ewald as well from deep. And then Noah Funk kind of there at the end. Well, he just kind of took it to the Tornadoes. A 19-point lead. Taylorville still pressing. Can't get it in. And I believe that was Ewald with it. Now it's back with Whiteman. Cross half court now to Singleton. Froby with it. Whiteman, Ewald. Looking for Hamlin down low. No luck. Gets it to Froby up top. Singleton to Whiteman now in the far corner. He's looking for Hamlin. No entry pass. And there's got to be a foul there. There's plenty of contact. They're going to say it's a turnover, however, as Will Kettlecamp is saying something to the bench. And look at Noah Funk on the bench standing up. Bergschneider with it. Takes a bump, goes up for 2, floats it in. Should have been foul called, no luck. He's got 13.
We got to keep taking it to the basket like we did that time.
Singleton with it, had an open 3, passes it up to Froby, who's looking to drive. Dumps off to Hamlin, here comes a dunk.
Who threw that down?
He's got 11. Bergschneider looking to run, trying to kick, finds Ryan S. This 3 has to go. It does not. Hamlin with the rebound, stripped, and Will Kettlecamp picks it up. Bergschneider with it, he's coming down the lane, and he's fouled. 39-58, the Tornadoes just haven't been able to really get any closer than that, especially here in the second half.
Right, in a foul situation, Taylorville has 9 fouls in the second half. Lincoln only has 2.
So, maybe not getting back into it at the free throw line for the Tornadoes, and you mentioned already in the double bonus the rest of the way for the Rail Splitters. Ryan S. with a deep 3.
And he hits that. Ryan S.
He's got
9. 58-42, we're back to 16.
Stolen by Bergschneider. See what he wants to do. He wants to take it all the way himself, and he does. 44-58. Whiteman with it, gets it back to Froby. Coach Brown cheering him on from the sideline. Back to Whiteman. He does not get it across half court. Instead gets it over to Singleton.
5 minutes to go. We're down 14, John.
Let's see what the Tornadoes can do. Froby visibly upset he didn't get the ball from Singleton, and now he has it. Stolen almost by the... How does Froby keep that? Ewald with it now. Froby and Bergschneider tied up. They get off the floor now. Froby with it. Bergschneider had a steal, no luck, and that's going to be a foul. Bergschneider hits the deck hard, as does Froby. And that'll send Froby to the line for 2. Bergschneider with his 3rd foul. He's got to be careful the rest of the way. No good. That's a double bonus. Lousy effort from Kettlecamp. But he gets one more. So again, 44-58, our score. 14-point lead for the Rail Splitters, trying to make it a nice round 15. Froby's free throw is good. He's got 17. That's his first point of the 4th quarter. 59-44. Ryan S. saves it from an over and back. Kettlecamp in the corner, down low Nick Livingston, floats up for 2, leaves it short, can't get the rebound. Falls into the lap of Whiteman. Singleton with it now. Jack Livingston goes for a steal. Now he's out of position. Singleton with it now. Froby in the corner. No shot. Hamlin down low, and Ryan S. That's a foul. That's a bear hug down low if I've ever seen one. He did not want to see that dunk.
Looks like Hamlin was going to go for the dunk, and Ryan just grabbed him. And that was a good foul. Put Hamlin at the line where he has missed his last two.
And what a friendly roll on the road. Hamlin's got 12.
60 to 43.
Someone rattles out.
So I think we need to foul Hamlin if we're going to start fouling people here in the last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter.
Ryan S. deep three. That might be a little long even for him. Will Kettlecamp with the rebound. Finally, the foul is called. I was going to say he's been on the deck for a while.
That's just the third foul on Lincoln in the second half, so it'll be out of bounds ball to Taylorville. And Brandon Odom comes in. He's got 4 fouls, so he's going to have to play careful.
One away from fouling out. Ryan S. grabs a seat. Interesting, you take out one of your better three-point shooters, whereas Brandon Odom shot just 13% from deep last year.
I think maybe Coach Brown sending a message that was a little bit far to be shooting it. That was from about 40 foot. But Ryan S. can hit him, so I think he'll get back in here pretty shortly.
So for your Tornadoes, it's the Livingston twins. Will Kettlecamp scoops up for 2. How is there no call? Hanging with a rail splitter on his back, Nick Livingston gets a 2-pointer to go. He's got 9.
His first 2 points in the second half.
Exactly. And that's not really a recipe for success.
Right.
46 to 60 now, a 14-point game. Singleton driving, trying to find some help. No luck. He gets it to Froby now. Cross court to Ewald. Back to Froby. Singleton with it. We'll see how much time they just want to kill. Brandon Odom playing defense. He's got to be careful here. He's got 4 fouls. Looks like a little bit of a walk on Whiteman. And is that a foul on Bergschneider? Yeah. It is.
His 4th. He grabbed his arm there in the corner. It's his 4th foul, and Lincoln will go to shoot 2 from the line again.
Tell you what, if Bergschneider picks up the 5th, I mean, forget about her warming up. She's going to be straight up singing. They need Bergschneider in this game.
Whitehead misses the free throw. Lincoln has not chucked free throws well, so maybe it bodes well for Taylorville to get back into it. You could foul Cameron Whitehead, or you could foul Jermaine Hamlin, looks like, and have a pretty good chance of them missing. He misses them both.
We'll see if Hamlin heads to the bench here with a 14-point lead, or how soon they replace him for a free throw shooter. Odom thought about the 3, and as we swatted out of bounds. O'Dubison with the catch on the sideline. Had 2 feet out of bounds there as he was sitting on the bench. Bergschneider gets it in, kicks it down low to Will Kettlecamp, and he scoops it up for 2. No, it's a 12-point game. Are the rail splitters getting a little bit too comfortable? We'll find out. Froby with it. He gets it across half court. Well, not before he passes it to Singleton. Now Ewald with it. That's going to be out of bounds. That's Taylorville ball. Yes, it is. Good call.
Odom knocked it off the Lincoln player's leg, and the Taylorville ball down 12 with 2:41, and Ryan S. comes back in.
That's a gutsy move there for Brandon Odom with 4 fouls, swiping down and forcing that turnover.
Very good defensive play, and we'll see if Taylorville can come within 10.
A 12-point deficit. Bergschneider with it now. Back to Ryan S. quickly. Thought about the deep 3. Bergschneider with it. He's driving down low. Floats it up for 2. That's a 10-point ball. 50 to 60. A 6-0 run for the Tornadoes.
He's got 11 this half, Bergschneider, so he's got 17 for the game. Hamlin's got the ball in the corner. And timeout Lincoln.
Ryan Brown is fired up on the sideline. Hey, don't forget Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship at a location 405 West Main Crossing, Taylorville. They're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Don't forget to listen at the end of tonight's game for your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Bruce Barry will pick that for you. It's Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you, and also the Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile Play of the game. So ready for the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Don't forget to ask Drs. Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com about custom mouth guards for your athlete's smile. So a 10-point deficit now, and Bruce, we said earlier, the 12-point deficit felt a lot bigger.
Right.
This 10-point deficit now feels a lot closer.
Right. We need to probably start fouling now and take our chances at the Lincoln free throw line to see if they can put this away. They haven't been able to so far. They've missed 5 free throws in the fourth quarter already. And we've cut a 21-point deficit to 10 with 2 minutes and 15 seconds left.
Jace Bergschneider cannot be your man to foul. He's got 4. One more and his night is over. Ewald with it, driving down the lane, kicks it to Whiteman in the corner, up top to Singleton. Now Froby looking to drive. Dumps it off for an alley-oop, and Will Kettlecamp is called for a foul. I thought Hamlin might have gone over the back there. Will Kettlecamp doesn't like the call. Walking by us saying no way. We'll turn down the crowd mic just in case. We've got 2 minutes left to go, but if there is someone you want to foul, you've got the man.
That's right. That was an alley-oop to Hamlin, and Will got in there and defended it well, got called for a foul, and we'll see what Hamlin does when he goes to the line.
Hamlin has missed his last 3, if I'm not mistaken.
How does that one in?
Takes him a while to get the ball. He rolled down the locker room and missed it so bad. Hamlin's second shot on the way. 2 minutes left in the game. Both of the Tornadoes, you got to get the board. They do. Ryan S. with it. Bergschneider with it.
They've missed this quarter, John.
Back to S. Thought about the deep 3. Jack Livingston, Jace Bergschneider. He's driving down the lane. Close up for 2 and 1. Jace Bergschneider gets it to go. 19 for Jace, the junior. And Nick Livingston in his ear.
Justin Wright in to play defense probably for Jack Livingston.
And more than likely, if you're going to pick someone you want to foul, it's going to be Justin Wright. He does not have any fouls on tonight's contest. He's got some to spare.
Looks like Coach Brown will probably start playing offense and defense, and Jace misses a free throw. We're still down 8 with 1:45 left.
52-60. Froby with a now. Still not across half court. He picks up his dribble in a bad spot. Finds Singleton. Finds Ewald.
Lincoln's taking the air out of the ball.
Go foul Hamlin. He's the one that has it. Will Kettlecamp tried to. They didn't call it. Froby finds a cutting Whiteman for 2. So, Bruce, it might have been just a little bit too little, a little bit too late.
Well, not well. We hit a bucket here, get back within 8. Jace got the ball, he's going to drive. Passes to Will. We're down 8 with 1:08 left.
Will Kettlecamp has 8. Hey, while we got you here, don't forget about Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville. They're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated. They're a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Also listening at the end of tonight's game for your Doug McKinney Country Financial Agent Player of the Game. Bruce Berry has that for you. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Also your Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Play of the Game. As if one segment from Bruce isn't enough, we're going to go ahead and give him 2 because the check cleared, I guess. Be listening at the end of tonight's game when we will select our Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the Game. Play to put the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight. Ask about custom mouth guards for your athlete's smile by contacting Drs. Lewis and Harmon at CISmiles.com. So, Bruce, we mentioned last year kind of 2 blowouts, 56-21 and 51-24. A little bit closer game this year.
Closer game, you know, we got down 56-35. We could have quit. We didn't. We're coming back. We're within 8 with 1:08. I think the ball, we can try to press them here. We're 1-2-2 zone press. If we get to stop.
That's who you want to foul.
Now we got to start fouling.
And they do. Hamlin's going to go to the free throw line. Who'd they put it on? If they put it on S, I believe that is his 4th.
That's on S, and it is his 4th.
Ryan S. does pick up his 4th, so they're going to be careful with that now. Ryan S. and Jace Bergschneider both with 4. It's a double bonus here, so Hamlin gets 2. Wouldn't you know, he rolls the first one home. Here comes Noah Funk. Justin Wright checks out.
Hamlin has 12 tonight, near his average. Phobie has 17, near his average. And Ewald has 11. Makes that
good.
one a 10-point lead.
13 for Hamlin. Tornadoes got to be quick about this if they want to go. Ryan S. deep three on the way. He's good. He's got 12.
He's got unlimited range, and we're within 7, the closest we've been.
You got to foul in a hurry if you're going to foul. And do they get the 10-second call?
I think timeout Lincoln, Coach.
That was a lot of time to get that across half court there, folks. Probably a little bit more than the 10 seconds you're normally granted. 57-64, a 7-point ball game. I don't know which referee was counting. I don't know if I even saw any of them waving their hands. When did they inbounds that ball, Bruce? Because there's 37.6 on the clock now.
I thought it was 46.8.
Thought it was 40.
Right,
it's
right
close. I guess we'll give them the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
Hey, keep in mind, Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, where they provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville. They're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of your Taylorville Tornadoes. Also, Bruce Berry has your Doug McKinney, Country Financial Agent Player of the Game, the Postgame Show. Doug McKinney, Country Financial, where they grow with you. He'll also have your Central Illinois Smiles Family Industry Player of the Game. On our fan spaces tonight, don't forget to spot custom mouth guards for Doctors Lewis and Harmon. Contacting them at CISmiles.com. So home stretch, 37.6. Lincoln has the ball. Bruce, is Hamlin going to be in the game when they break the huddle?
Looks like he is, yeah.
You surprised by that?
That's the person I would foul. Even without the ball, it's still just going to be 2-point. They can always use Hamlin just to throw it up in the air if they have trouble getting the ball inbounds.
Ewald with it. Stolen by the Tornadoes. Ryan S. comes away with it. Finds Bergschneider. He's got to find some help behind the back dribble, and he loses it. There's the foul call. It's going to go out of bounds for the Tornadoes.
That was just Lincoln's 5th foul of the half. And Jack Livingston will come in for Justin Wright. Another 3-point shooter in, and we're down 7.
Justin Wright.
Game.
I don't even know if I'd have Justin Wright sit down. Jack Livingston looking for a screen to come off. Nick had an open 3 in the corner. Pass it up. Ryan S. Deep 3 contested. And he rattles it home. The bank is open, folks. It's 60-64. Ryan S. That's a foul on Bergschneider. Or they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. Bergschneider just fouled out, folks. His night wraps up rather with 19 points. That's the one guy you did not want to see do that.
Right, but we had to foul, and we couldn't let him run clock, so Bergschneider did the smart thing in fouling him. And now Brandon Odom will replace Bergschneider. We fouled Singleton. He looks like a good free throw shooter. He's 2 out of 2 tonight.
Well, they made sure to keep the ball, you noticed, out of Whiteman's and Hamlin's hands. Getting rowdy here at the Golf. Here they go. It's no good. Misses the front end. It is the double bonus, though. Second one on the way. Again, Singleton, just a sophomore.
He made
the second one.
5-point game.
60-65. Odom with it now. He's driving down the lane. Kicks it to a corner. Jack Livingston, no good. Ryan S. Deep 3. Ryan S. 63-65. Get a quick foul. They do. They foul Frobie. Frobie's going to try to act like he was shooting the ball from 94 feet away. And Frobie's going to have to knock both of these down. And we've got something brewing here late.
That's Ryan S.'s 6th 3 of the night. And Taylorville's within 2 with 7.5 seconds left.
They put that foul on Nick Livingston. That will be his 4th as well. So he's got 4. S has 4, as does Odom. And it's getting rowdy once again here in the goal. Frobie's free throw on the way. It's good. Nothing but net. That is a calm stroke at the line. He's got 18 here. 63-66. I'll tell you what, if he misses this free throw, I would not be surprised if you see a foul from the rail spread.
Right.
On the way. That's it through. A 4-point ball game once again. Odom with it. Nick Livingston between his legs, and Froby first to the floor. He gets it, and the buzzer sounds. Close, but no cigar. 67-63, your final score. The Tornadoes fall for the first time this year. Again, 67-63, your final score. We got the News Talk WTIM halftime show coming up next, or rather post-game show coming up next. Back here with you at News Talk WTIM. The band is still playing, making it kind of difficult to even let us know when we're back from commercial. 67-63, your final score. Taylorville Tornadoes fall for the first time this season. They are now 0-1 in the conference. That snaps their 4-game winning streak. As well, they fall to 1-4 at home. Again, this is the News Talk WTIM postgame show. Let's go over some stats. We got some scores for you. First, for the visiting Rail Splitters. They had 67 points on that. Well, let's go over a scoring recap first before we get into stats. An 8-0 run for the Rail Splitters to start the contest, and that kind of, well, Bruce, that's actually really all the difference, as the Tornadoes fell by 4 tonight. They would get their first point at the free throw line by Jace Bergschneider, who did end up fouling out. That made it 1-8, then 1-11 after a 3 by Ewald, 3-11, 3-13, 3-14, 5-14, 5-16, 8-16. Your final at the end of the first quarter. Your final score, or rather, your score at the end of the first quarter. Thanks in large part to Jace Bergschneider hitting a long half-court shot, throwing up a prayer and having it answered. Quick 3 to start the second quarter by Nick Livingston, made it a 5-point ball game. And then let's see a little bit of a run there for the Rail Splitters after that. They go on a 9-0 run. I'm sorry, no, an 11-0 run. Making it 27-13, and then a little bit back and forth until the end of the half. And the final, or the score rather, at halftime was 19-13. And back and forth the whole third quarter. Probably a little bit of advantage there for the Rail Splitters. They took a 19-point lead into the fourth quarter. A 19-point lead in the fourth quarter, and the Tornadoes end up falling by 4. It was 51-32 at the end of 3, and really, I mean, whatever really it felt like the Rail Splitters wanted to get, they got it. Froby, the junior, he had 9 points. Had 9 points in that third quarter. And Noah Funk added a 3 to beat the buzzer at the third quarter. Didn't have a buzzer beater in the fourth. That was the one quarter we didn't have one. Tornadoes went on a run. I'll tell you what. I mean, they were down 44-60, and then they would go on a run of their own. A little 8 unanswered with 1:45 left to go in the contest. It was 52-60. Tornadoes within 8, and then Ryan S. What can you say about Ryan S., especially there late? No hesitation on the shots, and I mean, he was knocking them down. Ryan S. ended his night with 18 points by my count. And let's see his fourth quarter threes. He had 4 of them. 4 fourth quarter threes. And I believe I would credit him ending the night 6 of 6, or not 6 of 6 from deep, but rather connecting on 6 3-pointers. He averages 7.8 going into tonight. But just a little bit too big of a hole down the stretch, and some clutch free throws late by Caden Froby. He went to the free throw line and knocked them both down pure as could be. And I'll tell you what, the Dolphins did not disappoint tonight. What a home court advantage for the Tornadoes. They'll take that turnout 10 times out of 10. Your final score is 67-63. That's your scoring recap. Tornadoes fall by 4 to the Rail Splitters. We've got stats coming up next on News Talk WTIM. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Again, 67-63 the final score. Tornadoes fall by 4. It was a heck of an effort. A heck of an effort. Absolutely, you tip your cap to the Tornadoes and the effort they put in tonight. Now let's take a look at the stats. We got some scoring stats for you at least. The Tornadoes first. We'll start with them. They were led by Jace Bergschneider, who had 19. He averages 18 on the season. He's right at his average. And I'll tell you what, even with Hamlin being down low, he was not shy about entering the paint. He was led by the Robin to his Batman was Ryan S., who was connecting on 6 threes tonight. Good for his 18 points. Again, he averages about 8 points per contest. They'll take that every night from Ryan S., especially there in the fourth quarter. His confidence that he shot with was a sight to see, folks, and they were deep, and only the one that he banked in ended up rattling around the rim and finally falling home. That was the only one of his 6 3-pointers tonight that touched the rim. The other ones were nothing but nylon. Will Kettlecamp had 8 down low as well. That's right at his average. And both the Livingston twins, Jack and Nick, both poured in 9. Nick averages about 16 per contest, and Jack averages about 12. Now looking at the rail splitters, by the way, no bench points once again tonight. No bench points once again tonight for the Tornadoes. That's going to be something that look for them to maybe try to find an answer too late. Add all that up together with the Livingston twins, Will Kettlecamp, Brian S., and Jace Bergschneider, you get 63. That's just shy of the 67 that the rail splitters had. They were led by Caden Froby, who averages 17.3 a game, and he got 19 tonight. Cameron Whiteman, he had 10 in double figures. Will Ewald, he had 11. He connected on 3 3-pointers, and he was shooting them pretty much just as deep as Ryan S. was. Jermaine Hamlin, he had 13, and Dylan Singleton, he had 3. Noah Funk had 6 off the bench, and Drayden Postgame had 2. So that's 8 points off the bench in a 4-point game. So that's 8-0. The bench for the Rail Splitters outscoring the Tornadoes bench, and we've got head coach Ryan Brown making his way to us now after a tough loss, and we'll get his thoughts on it as well. 67-63, again, those are your scoring stats for both teams. Coach Brown, we appreciate you stopping by and talking to us. A tough loss tonight, but just kind of talk about Ryan S., especially there late. A lot of confidence there shooting, and we've talked about the one on air that went off the backboard and rattled home, but the rest of them were just pure.
Yeah, we got to go in a little bit late there with Rhino. I think a part of it was they're just kind of forced him so far off the three-point line, and then when it kind of came into desperation time, you kind of just had to take the first look you had, and when it comes down to that, Ryan's pretty good at the 24-footer and stuff, but that's just kind of come from us being a little bit picky, which is fine and normal in games, but when it's catch-up mode, you kind of just got to take what's given to you, and Rhino took that.
Brandon Odom, his first game back this year. He missed the first 4 of the Stovetop Classic. What'd you like what you saw from him? Obviously, he's still adjusting to game speed a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the first thing kind of comes to mind. We just kind of got to keep working on his basketball shape and things. But, I think he still saw some of the Brandon things out there, the nice passes, and he just sees things that other kids don't see.
So you've got another quick turnaround. You're going to have, bless you, Coach, you're going to have Charleston here on the 4th. What can you tell us about them? I know that they normally travel pretty well, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice team this year. They played in the championship of the Cumberland tournament. They lost to Terre Haute South on Wednesday night, and they play Muhammad tonight, so I don't know how that turned out. But they've got some good young talent that can really shoot, and they kind of play like our style. They like to play fast. They like to get up and down, so it'll be an interesting game on Tuesday.
Coach, you guys are in a little bit of a hole, 12 points at the half, and then down by 19 in the at the end of the third quarter. I want to know what'd you say to your team going to the 4th to kind of turn that around?
I tell you, it was Lincoln. Lincoln started chirping at us a little bit, and that fired us up. And we played good ball for about 12 minutes tonight, and you can't do that against Lincoln. So I think we did a good job responding to some of the things that were going on there, but in the right way, playing harder and picking up the intensity. And I liked how we certainly responded there when it, really could have got chippy. We called timeout, we got it under control, and then we made a good run once we were calmed down a little bit. Just emotionally, that is.
Right, the effort was great tonight, Coach.
Thank
I
you.
think you agree with that. You did fall down by 21 and then came back. Jace was exceptional in the fourth quarter along with Ryan S. But you got no inside points at all tonight.
Well, we did. I mean, we're not going to get post-ups, but,
Right.
you know, Nick got plenty of touches in the paint, and he was getting some shots off. Will got a couple. You know, I would venture to say we got more half-court layups tonight than what we have in the past. Usually anything we get inside is just off runouts and layups that way. But, you know, I thought we did a good job of puncturing the middle. Obviously, we don't have a go-to 6'8" kid that's going to bounce and counter Hamlin, but you know you've got to make sure that you know you're puncturing the zone, getting that defense to collapse a little bit. And if they don't, then we were able to get a couple of things, you know, in between like the volleyball line and free throw line. Not all the way to the rim by any means, no, but still paint shots, which we like.
We hit 14 threes again tonight.
Did we really?
So that's pretty good.
Well, it would have been nice to hit about 7 of those in the first quarter, right?
That's correct. We fell down, but I mean the effort was there. Again, not much off the bench as far as points-wise, but good effort by Justin Wright and also Brandon Odom.
Well, I think Yummy did a nice job as well in there too. Like that kid is just so stinking strong and was sealing off Hamlin, and you know, I mean, I think you saw like that kid's leg strength is amazing too. But you know, Justin come in doing his defensive things, and you know, I think Brandon is just going to take a little bit of time for him to get into basketball mode.
Coach, when we wrap
which is understandable, by the way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Coach, wrapping this up, there were some foul calls that we necessarily didn't agree with, and it seemed like your players didn't as well. One that I'm thinking of, I believe it was Dylan Singleton, who went up for a rebound and just forgot to land on his feet. Was what it looked like the call was. Was there any back and forth? Was there anything you were saying to the officials about, you know, trying to get a call to go your way where it seemed like it was heavily leaning the other way?
You know, all we can do is just focus on playing our game. You know, we can't get too caught up in that. You know, I might bark a little bit and our kids bark, but, you know, we're done with it after 5 seconds. So, you know, I mean, calls happen. I mean, that's just the way it is. I mean, the whistle happens. You can't swallow the whistle and take the foul back. So, you know, you're better off just kind of moving on from things.
Coach, looking forward to the game against Charleston. Appreciate you stopping by.
All right, thanks.
Again, that's Coach Ryan Brown of the Taylorville Tornadoes. We've got Bruce's player and player of the game coming up next. John Bowen back here with you on News Talk WTIM. Let's go ahead and get Bruce's player and play of the game. Again, your player of the game is brought to you by Doug McKinney at Country Financial. Doug McKinney at Country Financial, where they grow with you. Bruce, I don't think it's going to be too much of a shock here who we give this player of the game to.
I'm going to name Ryan S. player of the game. After going 0 for 8 the other night against Triad from 3, was 6 out of 9 from 3, totaled 18 points, and got us back in the ball game when it seemed like we were lost. We were down 21 points, and Ryan S. scored 12 points in the fourth quarter, hitting 4 out of 6 from deep. And when I said deep, I mean deep. They weren't just straddling the three-point line. They were 7, 8, 10 feet behind the three-point line. And for the play of the game, I'm also going to name Ryan S. when he hit the 3 to get it within 2 with 7.5 seconds left, gave us a chance. We fouled Lincoln. They came down and made both free throws, but if they would have only made one or missed them both, then we would have had a shot to win it at the buzzer, as we hit 2 buzzer beaters in the first and second quarter.
Again, that is your Central Illinois Family Dentistry play of the game. Be listening at the end of tonight's game when we do select the Central Illinois Smiles Family Dentistry Big Smile of the game. Let's play the biggest smile on our fans' faces tonight, and you heard it from Bruce. It was the 3 that I believe that's the one he banked in, and it rattled home to make it a 2-point game. And then I'll tell you what, you do got to tip the cap, though. As Coach Brown mentioned that it was a little bit chirpy between the two teams. The rail splitters were starting to chirp a little bit, and that kind of motivated the Tornadoes to get back into it, in Coach Brown's words. And Noah Funk was probably the culprit of that if we had to pick one guy. But Froby down the stretch, really, those 2 free throws were absolutely huge. Nothing but net. Stepped to the line as a junior, calm as a cucumber, and knocked them both in. 67-63, your final score here at the Dolph. We're taking another quick break. When we get back, we'll have a little bit more analysis, and we'll preview next opponent. It's the Charleston Trojans. Back here with you on News Talk WTIM 6367 rather. The final score: Tornadoes fall by 4. They fall to 4-1 on the season, 4-1 at home, and 0-1 in the conference. 63-67 the final score. And we'll mention Milling Millwork Contracting one more time. They provide professional quality craftsmanship. Their location at 405 West Main Cross in Taylorville, where they're fully insured and bonded. That's Milling Millwork Contracting Incorporated, a proud sponsor of the Taylorville Tornadoes. Bruce, we got all our sponsors in, we got all our commercials in, we're ready to go. But first, Charleston, what do you know about them? What can you tell us?
Like Coach said, they were in the final of the Cumberland tournament. They got beat by a team from Indiana. In the past, we've had pretty good success with Charleston, but I expect a tough game Tuesday night.
You know who else went to Terre Haute South?
No.
Danny Etling.
Oh, really?
Yeah, quarterback for Purdue.
That's right.
Yeah, then he transferred to LSU.
That's right.
Pretty sure that's a step up going from the Danny Hope Purdue years, or was that Darrell Hazel?
So I'd like to invite everyone out there to the Christmas parade tomorrow night at 5 o'clock in downtown Taylorville. And I'm the parade marshal there, John, so I hope you make it there, too.
Do you get that big scepter thing? What's that? What's that actually called? Is it called a scepter? You know what I'm talking about?
It's called a scepter, but we'll have the lighting of the big Christmas tree at the courthouse lawn. It's going to be red, white, and blue this year in honor of the bicentennial for the state of Illinois, which is coming up December 3rd, which will be Monday night.
Okay, so what party do you have planned on the 3rd?
Well, 3rd we have council meeting, but so I'm not able to go to the party up in Chicago at the United Center because of council, but I'll see you Tuesday night at the next game.
Hey, we'll be here. We'll be here. Again, that's Charleston Trojans and Taylorville Tornadoes. Tornadoes going to try to get even in the Apollo Conference at 101. At 1-1. Talk about limping into the finish there, Bruce.
That's
For
right.
Bruce Berry, I'm John Bowen. Have a great night, everybody. Look forward to hearing from you, or being on air with you, rather, on the 4th.
Thank you.
Oh, my gosh. Whew.